What is going on, guys? So welcome to the end of the 2044 season. Before we go into this, a couple of things to mention. First off, I have released a video yesterday which recaps the whole of the summer transfer window and all the transfers, as well as looking through the actual players in the squad at the minute. So in this video, we're not going to look at the transfers and we're not going to recap how the squads are looking, because that was done in yesterday's video, which is actually the longest video of the series, so make sure you do go and check that out. And also, just to recap the situation in terms of if we move clubs, when we get to 2050, I would like to apply for a new stadium. As long as that is confirmed and we are looking in the process of that, I might stay to play the first game in the new stadium, which hopefully is named after me. If not, we will move on. But also, it does tend to, if we are close to breaking down the barrier in the Champions League, if we are close to a final, if we are close to a semi-final, then we will stay and try to push on to that and maybe give it 5 more years. But there's no guarantee we're going to leave, and there's no guarantee we're going to stay after 2050. But it's up in the air, and I just want to put that out there because a couple of people have commented saying, are you definitely leaving? I've never once said we're definitely going to leave. I said we would see the situation, and if we are still a mile away from the Champions League, then we will look at building other clubs within our nation as well. But I do think the clubs are improving, the clubs have got a little bit further, and hopefully this season they can then get a little bit further again. They're still a long way behind us, let's not beat around the bush there, but let's see where we are. Okay, so let's recap the season. First off, halfway through the season we managed to get the European competition rankings. So our league is now ranked 28th, we've dropped 2 places, we are in and around that spot season after season. So we ranked 28th, we were 26th. It's just in and around there season after season. Finland had a really good season, so they've overtaken quite a few people. So fair play to them, but they did have a very successful season last year. And again, going into, I think on FM23, 4 videos a season might end up happening, just so we can recap a lot of this stuff better. So we have dropped 1 place to rank 34th in the European club rankings. Still very successful. We ranked 34th best team in Europe is something I'm proud of. So we'll take that. In terms of coefficients, then we are in 22nd now, just behind Romania. We go into this season with enough points to overtake Romania, but to drop behind Slovakia, so we would stay in the exact same spot. But let's see if we can get some good points this season and have a really successful year, and hopefully push on in this rankings, get inside that top 20 of the coefficient rankings. Where is the likes of Norway? You can see Denmark at 8th in terms of other northern Scandinavian. Finland at 18th. Then we are 22nd. Then you have, where are the other European nations? The Northern European nations. I must have missed them, so let's go back here. So you have Denmark here 8th. Norway 9th, right behind Denmark. I just didn't see it. Sweden at 12th. And then you have Finland 18th. Where is Iceland? Did I miss Iceland? Iceland are 32nd. So they are quite far behind us. And obviously we are in 22nd. Okay, so coefficient rankings are still improving. If we do Norway in FM24, I'm trying to work out the best time to input all this stuff. That's why I'm thinking a video at the start of the season, a video at this point of the season, maybe a video at the end of the summer transfer window, then a video at the end of the season is what I'm thinking, to be honest with you, going forward. So our European campaign started against Pionik from Armenia, and we start with a 4-0 victory. Little Skara getting 3, and Thomas share on the score sheet as well. They then came back to our ground. We got a 3-0 victory, Midskogen with 2 and Little Skara on the score sheet. That's 4 goals in the first 2 Champions League games for Little Skara. That then drew us against Legia Warsaw from Poland, and we got a 1-1 draw away from home in the first leg, with Sundström being our scorer. Quite tough, 10 shots to 5, possession was 49 to 51, so it was a very even game. When they came back to the Faroe Islands, though, we absolutely dominated them, getting a 5-0 victory, seeing us through into the playoff round, and absolutely delighted with that. Absolutely delighted. We are a class above these teams when we do turn it on. So the first leg of the playoffs against Rapid Wien was away from home in Austria, and we got a 4-2 victory. Lidl with 2, Goalsack with 1, and an own goal from Paul Meyer from them. 4 goals scored again in the second leg saw us through into the Champions League group phases. Lidl with a hat-trick, and Henrik's now a defender on the score sheet as well. 8-2 on aggregate saw us go into the group phase. That has given us 3.375 points so far this season, which puts us on a 27.125, exactly the same as Slovenia now. Nobody behind us is going to overtake us, and we are actually going to overtake 3 nations at the minute, which will take us into the top 20. We need a successful group. Now, in the group phase, we got drawn against PSV Eindhoven, who have plucked a few of our players recently, so a giant killing over them would be nice. I wouldn't say it's a giant killing, but they're definitely better than us. Valerenga, FC Copenhagen away from home before Lyon come to the Faroe Islands, and Napoli and SJK away to end this video, and then Milan and Bayern Munich after the winter window. So we really do need points in these first few games, because Milan and Bayern I think they are a bit too far for us to be beating them at the minute. So we have been crowned champions. It's been a complete domination in the league this year. We've looked really, really solid to the point where we've not recapped until now. Again, on FM24, I'm trying to piece together the best ways to do it. I've talked about FM24 a lot. It's mainly due to the fact that this is my first Build a Nation series on this channel, and I really do want to make the next one better. I feel like the first few seasons on this one were lacking, and I want to make sure we build a foundation going forward. That's why I'm constantly planning, okay, FM24 will do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. So, yeah, 23 games played, 122, drew 1. Our only draw was away from Owen Vikingur Goethe, 67 points at the minute. But we are back for youth intake, and it's a special one. It's a special one. A couple of decent players in Jonsson, who isn't the best, but he'll do a job in our youth team, and a goalkeeper who isn't too bad as well. 6'1", is a decent keeper, Scarlett, only 15 years old. But Eyfinn Nolsø, and he looks absolutely insane, only 15 years old. We have put in a bid for a contract. We are securing him very quickly. He looks quality for 15 years old, and honestly I think we could develop him into a very, very talented player. Let me know what you think below about him, but I think he is a great player. Now, hopefully you think he's good, because he's just become the youngest ever goal scorer for the club at 15 years and 293 days. Absolutely insane. His first ever game was off the bench, and he got an assist. He has then just played his first start and got a goal. So, Eyfinn Nolsø has started very, very nicely. Before you wonder, I'm going to call him up to the national team as well, just because I can. So the league campaign is done. After winning the Super Cup earlier on in the season, we have then gone on and beat KI in the final to be the Cup champions as well, on course for another treble. Now, obviously, that treble was completed, winning 26 out of the 27 games, drawing that one game. Lidl finishing top scorer with 37 goals in the league. I mean, it's absolutely insane how he has done this season in the league domestically. 37 goals in only 25 starts is just insane. So fair play to him. We take our hat off, if I had one on. We did break our average attendance, average at 15,046. Lidl won the Faroe Islands Premier League Player of the Year. Madsen won the Young Player of the Year, who's been on loan from us at KI and definitely does have a chance of featuring next season for us. I won Head Coach of the Year, which people have been pleased about. In terms of the Team of the Year, our goalkeeper was leaving us, unfortunately, Munksgaard. Henriksen and Madsen, who were both our players in central defence. Left wing Midskog and Lidl were front. But apart from that, other people actually featured quite a lot this year. We didn't get that many people in the Team of the Year. In terms of the overall awards, then Goalkeeper of the Year was Munksgaard, Defender of the Year was our on-loan defender Madsen, Midskog and Midfielder of the Year and Little Scar won Striker of the Year. So we've hit the 100 player mark. 100 players playing in top flight clubs across the continent come through our club. Absolutely insane. Second is Inter with 73, but we just absolutely fly in there. 100 players. 100. I mean, it's just mad. Absolutely mad. So the season is over and we'll now recap how the Champions League games have done. We started off with a very disappointing 1-0 defeat to PSV. We actually played quite well. It was 15 shots from us, 10 from them. It was a very even game. They actually had 10 men for the whole second half. We just shouldn't have lost the game. And I was honestly disappointed. That was followed up though with a 5-0 demolition of Vålerenga, with Little Skara picking up 4 more goals in the Champions League. Away from home next, we managed to get a 1-1 draw against Copenhagen, which isn't the worst result against a very good, very strong Danish side. Before going down 3-2 to Lyon at home. I don't think we're there yet in terms of beating a side like Lyon, but at the same time, I feel like we should have done more in this game, and at this point I'm really starting to question a few things. I did alter our tactic for this game against Napoli. If we're going to our formation here, we played with the 2 defensive mids and the centre mid. Got a 1-1 draw, 7 shots to 19. We had more possession than them. Honestly, I'm considering this as our tactic next season. We looked very solid using this formation. This result makes me wonder that even more. Going back to our normal, more offensive tactic against SJK away from home, we lost to the Finnish side. And this could potentially put us out of the Champions League for this season. A really, really disappointing game. And that has made me question if the tactical setup is the right tactical setup. So you can't even see where we are. We are here in 29th place at the minute. And with Milan and Bayern Munich coming up, I very strongly doubt we can get into the knockouts. We need at least a win, if not 4 points maybe, from the last 2 games. So I think we are going out in the group stage. And even worse is SJK have won 1 game against us and lost 5. So we slipped up against a team we really should have been getting a win against. We really should have been beaten. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing, but it just sums up that I think tactically we need to make some changes. We need to make some changes going into next season. So the top goal scorer this season was Little Scar with 66 goals in all competitions. Second place being Midskogen with 22, Mishan with 12, Bjorn Haug with 10, and then Cher with 5, and then Munez with 4, etc. working your way down. In terms of assists, Midskogen managed to get himself 31 assists in all competitions this season, which is just insane from him. Fair play to him. 22 goals, 31 assists. Second top assist maker is Little Scout with 11, and then Hansen with 9, Mishan with 8. We really did struggle in terms of goals and assists this season. Apart from Little Skara and Midskogen, nobody else was really getting involved too much. I've been very, very disappointed with the second half of this season in terms of how we performed in some games. One shining light I want to mention is this academy player, Nolser. His mentals are dragging him through at the minute. So, 3 games in the league, 1 goal, 2 assists. In the Cup, 1 sub-appearance, 2 goals. In the Champions League, 1 sub-appearance, 1 assist. I am training him personality-wise to get his personality fixed. If we want to mention, you can see he is in here. Alongside Henry Hansen and Bjorn Haug. So hopefully they can fix his personality. But all in all, tactically is where we need to change a few things. We need to change a few things. And honestly, something like this might be where we've got to look to go. I've considered adjusting a few of these. I'm unsure what the best option is to make ourselves look a bit better. but we are coming unstuck in them big games. And they are the games where the players alone can't get you through it. It's that tactical adjustment you need. And I think we need to make a change. I do think we need to make a change. But that is the competition review at the end of the season. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Before we go, let me just quickly mention that our B team won the league again. Winning 20, drawing 5, losing 2. So not as dominant as before, but still dominant. So fair play to them. And our under 18s as well have continued to be the best in the league. But if you watched yesterday's video, you've seen the players we've got at the minute in there. It's understandable. So yeah. I'm going to be back next season. I'm going to do 4 videos. We're going to try the new setup and see how it goes. Please comment below if you think it's too much to keep up with in a week. Please comment below if you enjoy it. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman. I'm dressed for work underneath. I'm going back to work.